Welcome back to post-match. I am here with your winner, Owen. Owen, you have a 1.0 win-to-appearance record.
Just like my GPA, 1.0, you know?
Oh, and you're going to be a doctor.
At some point.
Of, like, not like of something insignificant, like a chemist.
I appreciate it. Thank.
Tell your students to watch this.
I'll make them for oh my god, extra credit. What did I rank the game?
But this is your first on the channel. Your first win. Again, this game was not very high IQ. This was just kind of to help you relax.
Mm-hmm.
What were your thoughts on it before we get into the rankings and stuff?
I thought it was it's really approachable. Like, you can tell it's for kids, but I think we all had a lot of fun with it. So sometimes if it's a kids-based game, you kind of can enjoy it when you're, have a frontal lobe. But in this case, it was just a lot of fun, and I thought it was a really great time.
When we started, everyone was like, "This is gonna be a fun little game," and then we started a practice round, and everyone was like, "Oh, this is gonna be a lock-in kind of game."
Yeah, but not a lot of chat that you might expect for over a game for 4-year-olds, but it was a great time.
Mm-hmm. So with that, we'll get right into the categories. Our first one is box fit. I'll remove this real quick. This is the box. There are 3 baggies and some boards. Out of 10, how do you think these games fit in the box?
I mean, if this isn't a 10, I don't know what is, because, I'm not going to ever have a problem trying to get everything back in there.
Mm-hmm.
I can understand if there was more pieces, having separate sections, but it's just some, boards and some bags. I think that's kind of, enough space.
Yeah.
I think it's good. I think it's a 10 right there.
I'm going to mark it just a hair lower. I'm going to give it a 9.
Mm-hmm.
I've discussed in previous episodes that there are, perfect game boxes, and this is pretty close. Because of the size and shape of everything, 1 hole is all you need, but my 1 point goes off because of the rule book.
Mm.
And that is that it just sits on top and then it sinks into the hole because nothing sits flush enough to the top.
Mm-hmm.
I wish that this was either thinner to fit in the box
Mm-hmm.
or there was something to keep it on top without it sinking, because I don't want the rule book to crip.
You mean the pizza table? For
Yeah.
the rule book.
Yes. Our next category is the rules. This was explained in a matter of 2 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
As you can see, it is 2 pages that is mostly pictures. Out of 10, how would you rank learning the rules, understanding the game?
I mean, I think it's, like I said, it's a kid's game. I think it's perfect for a kid's game. I think it's really simple. It's really intuitive. This is something that you could just explain in 30 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
I think that for its target audience, it's pretty perfect. I don't know, maybe just because I'm a woman, but I think it's a 10. I think it explains exactly, it knows its audience. I think it uses pictures well, but yeah, I really think it's pretty self-explanatory.
Mm-hmm. I'll also give this a 10. There's no confusion with it. I do wish that they'd cut some of the auxiliary info out of it. There is just backstory to why it is Mickey themed.
Mm-hmm.
There are variations, but I'm not going to take a point away for the extras.
Mm-hmm.
It's just silly stuff.
Yeah.
Rules are 10 out of 10 perfect. Our next category, your favorite thing, is the gameplay itself. Out of 10, how do you like the gameplay of it all?
So I think that for the target audience, we're thinking kids, right?
Yes.
There is the potential for a kid with the 1 dice being put it anywhere. There is a potential for a kid to get absolutely bullied. So I'm going to put it as an 8.
Okay.
Because I think that there's a chance that, especially we're dealing with kids, kids can get really upset really quickly.
Mm-hmm.
I think that could happen, but as long as you don't have, a kid trying to be a little rebel rouser, I think it would go off without a hitch.
Siblings. Siblings is what bring this.
Absolutely.
I'll also give this an 8. It is a fantastic game for kids. It's a fantastic game for all ages. But yeah, it is a game so simple that it is easy to get mad if you're not good at it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know if there's anything more I can add. It's an 8 out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
Our next category is technically 2 categories, so these next 2 will be out of 5.
Mm-hmm.
The first is short-term replayability. We have just finished this game, literally minutes ago. Out of 5, how likely are you to be let's play 1 more round?
So I think I'm gonna lump in my short term and my long term.
Okay.
So I think short term, this just seems like a game that like you would get like relatively like okay, I get the gist of it. So I'm gonna put it as a 3. However, long term, I think like if this was a tradition or whatever with family, like I could see this being like oh shit, it's Thanksgiving, we're gonna do Disney's Mickey food.
Oh.
Like I could see that. So I think long term it's a 5, but I think short term it's something that you'll get tired of kind of quickly.
Yeah, this is very much an opener game. I've talked about this on other channels. There's opener games, main games, and then closer games. The middle games, the main games are ones where it's like we're going to be here for 2 hours and we have to all pay attention. This is one where it's like, okay, guys, get your brains on. Short term, I will give this a 4. I think long term, I'll also give this a 4. If you're not into the Disney theming, sometimes that. Some people get really against the concept of a Disney branded game. This is Mickey in like the art style, but like Mickey Mouse has almost no bearing on this game.
Sure.
But so I don't think that differs our scores at all, but I will be going 4 and 4. Finally, the objective category. Out of 10, how did you like it?
I think I'm gonna put it as a 9. Because there are definitely games that are like those perfect 10 out of 10s that it's like, oh my god, this has to be a staple. Would I be upset if this didn't get played? Not necessarily. Would I be super excited if someone suggested it? Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I think I'm going to put that at a 9.
I'm going to give this an 8 myself. Just a little shyer of that. It is a good game. I would love for this to be a staple game. My only wish is that there was bit more to it. I think like in the long term, because there's only like you can only be 5 players. I have a family of, I kid you not, 45 people within my extended family. There's 11 grandkids. There are 9 great grandkids. Like there is not enough room for more people.
Not enough trays here.
Yeah.
Not enough food to fight with.
So outside of buying 2 or 3 copies of the game, I wish there was either a way to get more players in or like a group dynamic, but still, this is a fantastic game to have if you have family, if you have kids. I can't recommend it enough. With all that in mind, the scores, auto tally. I finally figured out how to do that. This, and I'll have to double check, this might be the best scored game now.
Really?
I have given this, out of 50, a 43. You were very high on this game. Out of 50, you've given it a 45.
Sometimes simple is just right, you know? Like, sometimes simple is right.
I'll have to double check. I can't remember if there's another game that's 46 or 44, but this is, at worst, top 3 best games on the channel. But yeah, I'm glad you liked it. I'm glad this was a good first game for you.
It was an opener to the channel for
Yep.
me, you know? It was perfect.
Before we sign off, is there anything you want to say to the audience? Anything you want to say about the game, the channel, anything you want?
I'm glad to be here, and let's just keep going, you know?
Yeah. I'm glad to have you. I hope to see you back in the long term.
Yeah.
Guys, this has been our winner, Owen. I am James. Thank you so much for watching Post Match. We will see you next time. See you later.